Hey guys, and welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks so much for joining us today. So, yesterday was our live. I hope you watched it. Today I'm cooking and it's going up tomorrow. So, you are in the future. You're going to be watching this tomorrow. It is a cooking vlog since we just left Texas and we're entering New Mexico. It's time to share something to eat, delicious, take a break from all the travel, and then next week or Sunday, tune in for our first vlog in New Mexico. So what am I making today? We're going to be making some lasagna roll-ups. So very similar to making lasagna, except instead of stacking it with all the ingredients in the middle, you're putting it all on a noodle and rolling it up. So let me show you my ingredients and how it is that I'm going to be making this lasagna roll-up, because obviously there's a million variations. You can add whatever you like or remove whatever you don't like. All right, so here are my ingredients. This has zero to do with the ingredients, but we are going to be popping this open to drink along the way with you guys, because I know you enjoyed watching me take sips in between cooking. So cheers, let's get to cooking. So we've got our lasagna. I was really tempted to get the one that's like already like oven ready, but I wasn't sure how moldable it would be. So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and boil it, go old school. We've got some lean ground beef, which I'll be cooking with diced tomatoes and probably about 3/4 of this sauce. And we've got a quarter onion and 4 garlic cloves, which I'm going to saute and put it to the side. I am going to leave this out so that it can start softening. As a matter of fact, I'm going to open it. I'm going to put it by the side so that it can get some of the heat and start to soften. And I'm going to mix the cream cheese, the ricotta, my onions and garlic together. And that's going to be basically my little cheese filling. We have some mozzarella to put on top at the end. I might put some inside as well because there's a lot. Parm to top it off with at the end, and 5 cheese Texas toast also to serve with at the end. So those are the main ingredients. Seasonings, I don't have Italian seasoning. I wish I did so that I can add to that cheese mix. But hey, I just might add some parsley, some garlic, and some salt to the cheese mix. But for the meat, I'm going to be using all of these. So we have pink salt, garlic, onion, cumin, parsley, and black pepper. I already put my water to start boiling, waiting for that to give me a rapid boil so that we can throw the lasagna in. In the meantime, let's start dicing the onion, dicing the garlic so that we can saute it and remove it. And then we'll go ahead and start with that meat. You'll see I put my cream cheese up here so they can start softening. It's almost there. I did add a little bit of oil to the pan, just enough to like coat the bottom. And I turned on the flame. It's on medium high, which I think, no, I have it on medium. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and drop the onions and garlic right into that pan so they can start sauteing. There's really no more chopping necessary, so I can go ahead and get rid of this board. But I am going to end up needing a bowl to mix the cheeses and this caramelized onion and garlic together. So let me go ahead and grab that. While that's cooking, let's go ahead and open up this ricotta. I don't think I need the entire tub because I don't think it's compatible. Actually, yeah, it's not compatible. This is 15 ounces and this is 8. Yeah, this is 8 ounces. So I'm going to use half of this. because I want it to kind of be half and half. Okay. Just use half of it, putting the other half in the fridge. Now this should be soft enough, so I'm going to open this baby up and throw it in there too. Give this a stir. The onions and the garlic smell so delicious. Now water is boiling pretty fast, so it's about time for me to throw in the noodles too. So now when I take out these veggies and throw in the meat, I'll throw in the lasagna as well. Let me add some parsley to the cheese. If you have fresh herbs, definitely use it. I'm going to add some garlic to my cheese. We are going to add a little bit of pink salt because salt always enhances the flavor of cheese. Not too much, just enough. And now I can take out these veggies. I'm going to throw them in here too. Perfection. Put this to the side so that I can stir it. But since all of this is going, everything's going pretty fast now, let me open up this ground beef so that we can throw that in the pan, season it, and get it cooking. I've got some cumin, garlic powder, some onion powder, some black pepper, more parsley, and you know what? I didn't have this out, but why not? Let's go ahead and add some smoked paprika also. Stir it up, let it brown, and then we'll throw the noodles in. Once it browns, then I'm going to throw in the diced tomatoes and half a can of that spaghetti sauce. Just want to make sure it's fully cooked before I add anything to it because I want to, just make sure it's fully cooked, because once there's red sauce in there, it'll be more difficult to notice the pinkiness in the meat. I have no clue how many of these rolled up are going to fit in here because this is the first time I do it as roll-ups. So hopefully I have enough, and whatever's left over, well, there's left over. Maybe I'll break it up to make a lasagna soup another time. You know what? I did forget to salt that water, and you should definitely salt any pasta water generously. So let's do that right now. The meat is almost fully cooked, probably because I have it like on a medium low. Let me turn it up to medium high. Not that I'm in any rush, but get this ball rolling. As for the little cheese mix, since it's soft and I can just stir it with a spoon, I don't necessarily need a hand mixer. So let's stir all of that together. Amazing. Look at that. No salt added, diced tomatoes. Let's get that thrown in with the meat. sauce and all. Okay, and let's do about half a can. And the only reason I want to do half a can is because I want to do a quarter on the bottom of the silicone mold and then a little quarter on the top of the lasagna rolls. Yeah, we're good. Looks so good. All right, we got them all underwater. I'm gonna give that a few minutes. And once I feel the top one soft, then I'll go ahead and drain them. The steam in here without water boiling is insane. I had to open the window too with the extractor on in hopes that, you know, as much steam goes away as possible because humidity, all that water, is the enemy of RVs, in case you didn't know. It's time for a beer break. Oh, why? When you're watching this, so tomorrow, Wednesday, it's Lucy's I Gotcha Day. We would have had her for 1 full year. She's going to be, I think, 7 years old. They guesstimated anywhere from 6 to 8. So we're going to stick to 6. So 7 years old, 1 year Gotcha Day when you're watching this video. Let's get back to checking on those noodles. And I'm going to put the bread in at the very last minute because that's only going to take like 5 minutes. Make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. I want to say the pasta might have like another 5 or so more minutes. I'm not going to do it super soft because I don't want it to break apart. So just somewhere in between al dente and soft because it is going to go back in the oven. So it's going to continue cooking. So since we're almost there, I'm going to go ahead and start preheating my oven. Let me take out the things I have in there. And let's turn on this pilot. So I always count down to 20 and then I ignite it. And we've got a fire. So pasta water, like grease, is definitely not something good to drop into your RV drain. So because it thickens up. So you don't want that pasta water that keeps thickening to basically clog up your sewage or your pipes or anything of that sort. So I typically, pasta water, I would put it, my colander has an extra bowl. So I'll drop it in here. And once it cools down, I'll go ahead and throw it out in like the grass, gravel, something of that sort, because it's not doing any harm to nature either. I'm going to go ahead and drop it inside this bowl now. That's super hot because it's a cast iron pot. So I have my Gorilla gloves on. Let's turn this stove off. And let's dump this in here. Ooh, getting a facial. There's always some pasta that always sticks to the bottom. Always. I still have it in the water because it'll keep it, you know, nice and soft instead of them drying out with no water and then it gets stuck together. You'll see that keeps all the water. But at least in here, it's staying soft and not getting sticky. Cheers. I also turned off the meat after I poured these out. So I'm going to grab Alexa, stop. I took it out a few minutes before Alexa went off. Woo, that's hot. Yes, it is. So you see what I'm doing here. And this is basically just going to be basically like a rinse and repeat. I'm going to get some of this cheese. I'm going to spread it. I'm using the garlic. They're chunky. Just like we like them. Probably too hot for me to spread it on. I should have probably let it completely cool. That's okay. We have a lot of them to roll up. The bottom of this. So let's go ahead and throw some sauce at the bottom. Spread it around. Let's get some of this meat right over you. Put it here. So I was able to get 7 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And I still have meat left, and I still have like the cheese mix left. So I think I'm still gonna do a couple more roll-ups and just put them to the side like on a sheet pan, so that I can already meal prep it. Once this is done cooking, which will be tonight's dinner, I can throw the other one inside the oven and it'll be ready for tomorrow, and I don't have to worry about that, even though for another day, because tomorrow is Lucy's birthday when you're watching this, and we bought ribeyes. So we're going to cook ribeyes on the grill so that both of the girls can enjoy some ribeyes in celebration. Not a whole ribeye, a little piece, in celebration of her I Gotcha Day. So let me turn this around, show you what it looks like and what my next step is going to be. So if it doesn't look too pretty, because obviously things fall out, that's okay, because remember, we are going to cover it. We're going to put a little bit of, let me see how I can position this. We're going to put some sauce on top. And we're going to put cheese on top. So, guess what? Going to like cover it. And then it's going to look awesome. So let me open up this bag of cheese and start throwing it up at the top, and then we can throw it in the oven. So you got the nose and you got the touch. Don't be shy with your cheese. If you're a cheese lover, obviously, are not lactose intolerant. We're both lactose intolerant, but cheese is something we do not give up. We gave up the dairy, like milk. We gave up milk, but not cheese. And then sundaes and shakes are a treat here and there, but we know we pay for it afterwards. All right, so that is it. Saving the rest of this cheese. And let's put that in the oven. Remember, this is already preheated at 350. And this isn't going to be in here for too long, as much, because that's, hold on, let's think this through. When I go to take that out, it's going to be difficult because it's wobbly. So put that on this and then put it in. I think I'm going to leave it for like 7 minutes or until that cheese gets nice and bubbly. I was able to get 3 more out of it with the meat sauce. So there's no more meat sauce. There's like a couple of spoonfuls of this cheese, which we might just enjoy with some crackers. And it is time to take it out. So Let's take this baby out. Let's throw the bread in and let's let it cool down a little bit. Oh my God. That looks amazing. Alrighty. Oh, how pretty that is. That cheese just looks fantastic. What a difference a little bit of color does. The parsley made it look really pretty. And served, there's obviously a lot more, so we're gonna do one at a time, mainly for taste purpose test. There is Lou's. Look how pretty that looks. I pulled the ottoman over here next to Lou's so that we can do a taste test together for you guys, and then that would be a wrap. I'm really excited about this. I gave Lou a taste of the cheese sauce. What did you think of the cheese sauce that we put together?
It was delicious. It was delicious. Very garlicky, which I love. Oh yeah. That's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Possibly the best lasagna I've ever had.
You even want to make it in the sheet pan?
Why would the sheet pan matter?
I don't know. I guess the only thing I did differently is that this time I mixed the cheeses together with seasoning, the garlic and the sauteed onions, whereas before I would do little dollops the way you do it, of cream cheese, of ricotta, cream cheese, of ricotta, and then the onion and garlic and the meat. But this time I put in the cheese, so it made a big difference.
There's a lot of flavor, and it's not very tomatoey. It's creamy.
That is really good. Yeah, if you like garlic, you definitely want to go. Because it's more enhanced. I'm gonna wrap it up here because Lucy has food anxiety and I don't want her barking throughout the vlog. But I hope you enjoyed cooking along with me. We're gonna finish this up. If you enjoyed cooking along with me today and making these lasagna rolls, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear down below in the comments, what modifications would you make? Would you do yours like just cheese? Maybe some spinach? Or would you do yours with meat? Or how creative and different ingredients would you use? And if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to follow along with us on our RV life as we travel, as well as a sprinkle of cooking vlogs here in the RV, here and there. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.